of God. Amen. I'm going to take my text out of the book of 1 Kings. I give honor to my pastor, Brother Green, for being here, for allowing me to be here to speak to you. I give honor to my wife here, my beautiful family. I feel the presence of God in this place, church. First Kings chapter number 19. I'm going to begin in verse number 1. My pastor likes to give us hope and promise. And it's often that he'll say, you get a mint when you start preaching. And when the mint's gone, then you're done. It's been long enough. He tells the joke about the preacher reached down in there, grabbed a button, and popped it in accidentally, and preached and preached and preached and preached, and finally decided, I'm done. Well, I don't make mess-ups like that. I have water. When the water's gone, I'll stop. I'll pick it, but I do drink it fast. Amen. Amen. 1 Kings chapter number 19. I'm going to start at verse number 1. And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, So let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life, and came to Beersheba, which belongeth to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a juniper tree. And he requested for himself that he might die, and said, It is enough now, O Lord, take away my life, for I am not better than my fathers. And as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, behold, then an angel touched him, and said unto him, Arise and eat. And he looked, and behold, there was a cake baking on the coals, and a cruse of water at his head, and he did eat and drink, and lay him down again. And the angel of the Lord came again. Again, everybody say again. Amen. The angel of the Lord came again, the second time. Everybody say he had to be discouraged. And touched him and said, Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee. Verse number 8, And he arose and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat for 40 days and 40 nights into Horeb, the mount of God. Amen. If you would, put your Bibles down, lift up your hands, lift up your voices, cry out to God, ask him to speak to us, to anoint in this service and to have his way. God, I come before you, Lord. I ask you to anoint me, God. I ask you to help me. Lord, I ask you to speak to your people, to help your people, to touch your people, to bless your people. God, I ask you that your will be done, that you would saturate us in your anointing. Lord, that you would do what only you can do. Running for his life, so we can go ahead one of the lowest places in his life. We can imagine that if he's running for his life, that he's gotten a death threat, and he's been doing a lot of bad, and all things are going against him, and he's just had all he can take, and somebody's coming after him to kill him, and he's running. That's what I would assume. If somebody's running for their life, that they're at just the lowest, worst, weakest point of their life. But see, that's not where we find Elijah. We find Elijah coming out of one of perhaps the most monumentous times in his ministry. We read Elijah a chapter over. You can go back and read a chapter over of Elijah coming on the scene, and he begins to speak to King Ahab, and Ahab is wicked, and he doesn't do what God wants him to do. And Elijah said, you know what? God's going to curse the land, and there's going to be a drought for these years. And he leaves the presence of Ahab, and I'm sure Ahab, like that old fool, he don't know what he's talking about. He's an idiot. I ain't worried about him. I ain't worried about that God. I don't believe in that hogwash. I don't care what they're saying, what they think. He ain't fooling me. He ain't bothering me. I don't care. So Elijah goes down. He follows the voice of God, and God leads him here and there and yonder. And as the years go on, as the days, the months, and progress to years, there really is a drought, and it really is bad. And Ahab says, this dude, he did this, and so he begins to search for Elijah. And God keeps Elijah hidden for 3 years from the king of the land. The king says, you go get this, they go get it, and they bring it. If the king says, you go kill them, they go kill them. If the king says, do something, it's done. For 3 years, King Ahab searched for Elijah and did not find him. God hid Elijah. Not only did God hide Elijah, but God gave Elijah in a time of drought and of famine. God gave Elijah something to eat and something to drink for 3 years. He blessed Elijah for 3 years. He blessed those that were watching Elijah for those 3 years. At a time when no one else around was being blessed, Elijah was taken care of. We find that the 3 years comes to an end, and God speaks to Elijah. He said, you go find Ahab, and you go get in his face, and you tell him what I said again. You go have a come to Jesus meeting with Ahab, and you tell him how I feel, and you tell him what I think, and you instruct him, and you let him know what's going on. So Elijah says, okay, God, and he leaves. He doesn't question God. He leaves. He goes and he finds Ahab, and he begins to talk to Ahab. He begins to tell Ahab just how it is, and just what it is, and how all this thing goes. And Ahab says, you know what, I want to settle this. Elijah said, I want to settle this once and for all. He said, you meet me with the prophets of Baal, and I'll meet you myself, and we'll go out and we'll see whose God answers by fire. We'll see whose God can consume a sacrifice that has been given to him. And Ahab said, that sounds fair, we'll do that. And so they meet, and all day, the prophets of Baal, they cut themselves, and then they dance around, and they shout, and they worship, and everything that they can think to do, they do it to try to have this altar burn up with fire, to try to have their God answer, and try to prove this crazy fool wrong. He sits back and he mocks him. He says, maybe your God's asleep. Maybe he's on vacation. Maybe you need to do something a little more drastic to get his attention. Maybe he just can't hear you. Is he hard of hearing? He begins to mock him. It comes late in the evening. He says, you know what? I've had enough. I've been here all day. I think it's time for me to try. And so he builds an altar, and he gets a sacrifice prepared. He says, you know what, that's not enough. Let's pour some water on it. I don't want y'all to think that I started a fire in there. I want y'all to know what happens. And so they pour 12 barrels of water over the altar, over the sacrifice. And Elijah just steps back and just says a very, very simple prayer. And fire falls down the prophets, and they have victory. And then he says, okay, now God, my God, that we've just proven is real, now he's going to send a rain. And so he tells King Ahab, you get up to high ground and you get out of here. And we know the story of the servant going up and down 7 times. And then Elijah girds himself up and he begins to run. And he outruns the kingly chariot, the kingly horse, and the rains fall. And the blessings of God are poured out. Elijah has proven who the true God is. Elijah has proven his anointing. Elijah has proven what it is that they need, who they need to serve, and what they need to do. Elijah has ministered unto the country and has ministered unto the people. And it's after the death of the prophets, and it's after the rain has returned, it's after the good times, it's after the victory, it's after the anointing, it's after it wears off that he gets a death threat from Jezebel, and she says, I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to cut you up, and I'm going to do to you what you did to my prophets. And you know, you would think in the spirit of anointing and power that he has, in the leftover remnants of a mighty miracle, you would think that he would say, you know what? My God calls down fire from heaven and he'll take care of you. I don't have to worry about you. You would think that he'd be able to send that servant that delivered that message back and say, you tell old Queen Jezebel, you tell her to hit me with everything she's got, because I didn't call down fire from heaven. God did, and he'll handle you, and he'll handle your queen, and he'll handle your threats, and he'll handle everything you've been throwing. That's not what we find. We find a man of God who gets distressed. We find a person who allows the devil to begin to talk to him. We find someone who begins to listen to fear. We find someone who begins to look back and allow the devil to say, you were worthless all these years. You never did anything for God. Your messages and your teaching, it never made an impact. And they served Baal all these years. And everything you've always done has been for naught. And you're useless and you're worthless. And you can't do anything. And God, you just got a fluke and got anointed. He began to listen to the lies of the enemy. And he began to allow the enemy to speak into his life. And so fear gripped him. And he took his servant and he took off running. And the Bible says that he fled for his life. Greatest victory in his ministry. One of the greatest, most anointed times